to our first video at the Autotech Minutes channel. So today we'll talk about view binding. Um, we know that using Android we can build amazing apps without binding. That means that we will have to create objects on our Java code. This object will be attached to uh, the resources from the XML using the ID. That means that in the XML you have to put the ID, and then you can find view by the ID and using the class array and giving the ID. To get data from the edit test, you just have to put the name of the object and then get test and then toString. And on the other end, to set the data, you just have to use the name and then set the test and give the test. This approach seems too simple, but if we got a lot of components in our XML, it becomes boring to create a lot of objects, and there is a different approach that is using the binding. Using the binding, we just have to give the IDs at our XML, and then we just use the object of the binding. I didn't create it here, but we will create together at the Android Studio, and then name, get name, and toString. That means that this binding will have all the components from the XML in a Java class, and other class can use these components, all of them. Just you have to only create this one object. And other stuff is that here to set the data is the same. You're using this binding class to set data here at XML. So now we'll go and open our Android Studio, create a project, and we will not use this old approach. We'll go through the Java binding. But you still, if you have, or if you still have questions regarding this, how it works, you can write in our formulary, and we can do a quick demo in 5 minutes maybe regarding this topic. So because sometimes you cannot use the binding, but you have to use this old approach. So let's go open the Android Studio, start a new project. Here in this in the new project, we have to select empty view activity, but if you want, you can start without any activity, or if you want to use composer, you can choose these purple templates. So you click next, and then you write the name of your application. Here I will write view binding demo, and then we have here our package Autotech Minutes. That is the opposite of the domain, and here we choose the location. Here I got this folder Autotech, and then binding, and I will place my view binding demo here. View binding demo here. So, and then we will choose the language Java. For now we will use Java, but in the upcoming videos we will use Kotlin, and also we are planning to give you guys some Flutter basic steps. And then the minimum SD kappa, we can choose 8.1 is acceptable, but if you want, you can go to the last version. The problem is the upper version you are low devices are can use your system. So we'll go here 8.1 and finish. You have to wait until the Android Studio index and put all your Gradle scripts and so on ready and up to running. This can take up to 1 minute. It depends on the project and if you have all the SD Kappa tools installed and so on. So I can go and check, but mine is up and running. 28 minutes is 24 seconds, sorry, it's done. So the first thing to use binding and the easy thing to do is just go into Gradle scripts and then build Gradle, and then inside this Android tag you have to put here inside build features, and then you can see, let me zoom in, we can see here build features, and then we open and then view binding and then true. That means that we are activating the bind. By default it is disabled, so we'll click synchronize and it will create for us the binding class for every activity that we got. We have to remember that activity, we have this one, the class, and also the layout. So going here to the layout, we can just go and create the same vision that we got here, a name, edit text, and then a numeric field to the age, and a button to save. That means that we can do some verification if the age is up or below 21, and if it's up we show a toast, well, hello to the person that is getting in our app. Otherwise we will just put a toast saying access denied to the person. So let's go. Here we will still we can change this constraint layout. Going here to the code, we can select here all this constraint layout and put some linear layout, and then we can put also the orientation to vertical, and then we can delete this test view, but we will use another test view, but okay. So the first thing is to prepare our strings file. So we go here to the values and then strings, and then here we can duplicate at the Windows, Control D. You can do it like 3 times. At the Mac OS, just Command D. And here the first one we will say name ed name, and then the second one will be age, age. The third one will be save, and here at the name we'll put name uppercase, and here age uppercase, or insert your age, and here insert your name, and then here we just have to put save. if you go back to the activity main, we can go again to design mode, and here at design mode we can go to the test and insert first test view, and then we will insert plain test for the name, and then a number to the age, and last but not least the button from the save perspective. So clicking at the linear layout, we'll search here the gravity, and we will put our components at the center of the of the layout, and then we will search the padding to giving some spaces, and we'll put 20 dps. Okay, so here the test will say that this test we didn't put it on the strings. I hope that you will understand why. I just want to show you that you don't have to go through the strings. You can put here and then export to the strings. So you can put here login and save. This is the test. We will not use it, that's why we don't change the ID. Then the edit test will put name as the ID, and we'll put here name from the strings. That means that we'll put insert your name, and the second one will put the age, AD, and the hint will put here age. It will put for us the insert your age, and at second one we made a mistake. We don't have to use the test anymore, we have to use an int. It's better, because if you use the test you have to put your cursor there and backspace everything. So here we'll put the name. Yeah, okay. So at the button we will put here the button, we put save as the test, and ID will put save button refactor, and also here we can change the width to wrap content, and also from the test view we'll do the same. The width will put wrap content, and we can increase the size of this test. We'll put here test size 24. Okay, so after that we almost have everything to go to our Java class, but first we will take off all these warnings. Is just click at the warning, and then you right click it, and then show quick fixes, and set the minimum height to 48, and also you do this for almost everything. You can read this one is the test that we said that we can write the test first at the component and then extract it to the strings. So we have here login and save, and then okay. If we go and look to our string files, it included one more line here, so we can just finish everything here. Just double click, set quick fixes, and so deal with all the problems. Yeah. Okay, now it's everything up and running. We can go to our Java class. The first thing is to create or to use an object from the binding. So we can go and do private activity main binding, and then main binding has the name of this object. Is the same. We imported it from the data binding. This is a class that I said that it's created in the middle of this HTML and the main class. So here we can change this approach, not using anymore the R layout, but we can use also the binding itself, main binding. It equals to activity main binding dot inflat and get layout inflator. This is the line that everyone is afraid of it, and then we'll take our object here, main binding, and we will get the root from it. The root is the linear layout that we are using here at our HTML. The root is this one. So the next step is to give an action to this save button. So to do it, we just have to use the main binding, that the name of the button, the ID of the button, and then set on click listener, and then new view on click listener. We will have another video to talk about the event listeners, and stay tuned to our channel. Don't forget to follow and put some likes and subscribe and activate the sign. So here we just have to put if and we will get from the main binding the age of the person and get test and to string. As it is a string, we have to transform this one to integer. So integer dot parse int, and then we'll put our string here, and then we can compare if this is up to 21 or not. So just to remember, main binding dot age dot get test dot string, it will get the test from our age edit test, but as it is a string, we have to change to integer. This is the basic Java. Maybe we can do another video to it if you write at the form. So the last step is to put a message if we will put a message if it is up to 21. So we'll see hello plus plus the name of the person. What is the name of the person? We can go to our main binding and get the name of the person. So now we don't have to change nothing. So we'll put here main binding data name id data get test dot to string. It's enough, and the length will change to long. Okay, and the last step is putting else statement. So we'll put here another toast and say access denied. So we'll put here length long. So the last step is to test our new approach instead of using the findViewByID. So there is some moments that we will still need to use the findViewByID, but we can avoid it, and we don't have to waste a lot of time creating and manage a lot of objects here at our document. We can open the logcat to see. So login and save is here, and then we will put here insert your name. We'll put here at tech, and then we will put here the 21 as the age, and we have access denied because it is not up to 21. Sorry, I closed the app, and then we can put here at attack again, and then we can put here the 6, and then save hello at attack. So stay tuned to our channel, don't forget to subscribe, share the video to another to everyone that you know, and that's all. Follow us at YouTube, and sooner we will open our social media networks. But bye bye, and see you in next video.